Food business people do not have to wear gloves, right? We've all seen it, haven't we, right? A bakery or a food business on social media getting absolutely hammered in the comments because somebody's handling food with their bare hands, right? Here's the thing. Food businesses are not required to wear gloves. What matters is hygiene. Proper hand washing, far more effective than wearing gloves. Everybody I know that works in the food industry, with the exception of a few scruffy mingers, washes their hands constantly, like we're talking dozens of times in a shift. People seem to think that they are a sign of good hygiene, right? Years ago, let me tell you, I worked somewhere that insisted we wore one glove for as long as humanly possible. We would pick up pasties, we'd hold baguettes with the gloved hand, use tongs and take cash with the bare hand. Customers loved it. Oh, I like that you're wearing gloves. Meanwhile, his fingertips were like shriveling from the moisture inside, and that moisture was our own sweat. Now, fair enough, if you've got a cut or a wound on your hand, even with a plaster on, then you should wear a glove over the top of that because the outside of the plaster can pick up bacteria and allergens. It's obviously not practical to keep on changing your plaster and washing your hands in between. But still change the glove regularly and just stay tuned in to what you touched with it. Because you can't feel like sticky, mucky contaminants on them like you can with bare hands. Gloves can actually make hygiene worse. The Food Standard Agency's Safer Food Better Business Guidance says disposable gloves should never be used as an alternative to effective hand washing. It actually says that if you do use gloves, you need to wash your hands before putting them on, wash your hands after taking them off, and change them in between different foods and in between different tasks. Now, in practice, if you changed your gloves every time you handled a different food product, a different utensil, opened a cupboard door, handled money, touched your phone, smoothed your apron down, scratched your nose, moved your hair, moved a box, touched a card reader, you'd get through enough gloves to sink a battleship, wouldn't you? If you do choose to wear gloves, do so. By all means, just do it properly. They can be useful for things like colouring fondant, handling messy ingredients, protecting your skin from cleaning chemicals. I keep a box all the time for such things. I'm not anti-glove. I'm just anti people believing that they signify some kind of food handling angel if people wear gloves. Right. What about market stalls? On stalls, gloves can be useful because hand washing facilities are not immediately available always. But do remember, if you are handling money, if you're touching your phone, moving products around, if you're dealing with different allergens, those gloves still need changing constantly. Also, remember to factor the cost of the gloves into your prices. So some alternatives on markets would be to just pre-pack everything. Obviously, that complicates things with your labelling. But if you're selling loose, use different tongs for different products. Think about your allergen cross-contact. When I had stalls, I used to sort of turn a plastic food bag inside out, grab the cookie or whatever, and then turn it flip it the right way to wrap it. So just remember, gloves are not a suitable substitute for hand washing. You need to use food safe gloves. Look for the knife and fork symbol, right? No powdered ones. Change them in between tasks, in between handling products. And when you're finished with them, remove them inside out like that, straight in the bin. If you've been wearing the same pair for hours because you've been making the same product, it's probably time to peel off your sweaty hand balloons and wash your hands, right? Good hygiene matters. The glove itself doesn't. I will post the link to the SFPB where it talks about gloves. Okay.